I'm praying that, it will really be expedited and
exactly.
So a lot of saving women the torture.
Move on
the
and
torture.
Find
yes. So I spoke about my case. My case was like, okay, do you want me to share about my case? Why I divorced my ex?
I want you to talk about one. Then I also want you to talk about the emotional stages.
Yes.
Yes. The emotional stages of divorce, because I tell you you mentioned, like you mentioned earlier, there are stages to these things. The anger, the guilt, the stage of denial,
pain,
the
embarrassment,
even the stigma after divorce.
Yes, the stigma after divorce.
Yes, the stigma
it's
after
real.
divorce. It's real. I've heard a lot of people
it's very real.
And
until you save yourself,
yes, the owner of that house has said no, he doesn't want a single lady or a single mother, or some of these things, they mess up with your mental state. So I really want you to take us through the emotional stages of divorce, what it was like even after the stigma and all of those things.
So coming to the decision to even leave your partner, it's horrific.
It's horrific
because like I said, when you enter into it, you enter with the mindset of forever, death to us part. So it's a process. A lot of people live in denial. You see a man that's maltreating you, beating you, doesn't stay in the marriage, stays out late, is cheating on you, causes you only pain, and you still believe that man is for you or that man loves you. That's what we women do. It's very hard to face up to the fact that the man that I married for love, not for money, not for anything, and that claimed to love me does not love me anymore. That's one of the hardest things to face as a woman.
Yes.
Because you keep making excuses. When he does things that shows that he doesn't love you again, you say, he's tired to me, it's the pressure of work, it's the family, it's the friends. One corny, a shuni, yet it's Satan. Satan wants to destroy my home, you keep looking for excuses. So that takes a while. And the how soon you were able to be truthful to yourself determines how long it takes you to realize that this marriage is failing, has failed, or I had to do something. So then when you come to that realization that okay, this marriage is not working for me, then you go through the process of telling him, and he will now start calling you, start gaslighting you. You are just blackmailing you. You are just an ingrate. You are not contented. You are just guessing. You are just lazy. You are just dreaming things. You don't love me too. You are the one that you are looking for excuses. He will try to dissuade you. He will want to make you feel as if you are not well. You are
making things up.
You are making things up.
Yes.
And then you go through that phase of second guessing yourself.
And that's where the guilt comes in. For most women.
Then you start.
Why is it that I cannot keep it home?
No. Guilt was still there. For me, at that time, it wasn't the guilt. It was the second guessing. I'm actually naturally a very confident woman. I understand. You can't be a lawyer and not really be confident and not really understand what you're facing or what's happening to you, because they're very analytical, very brainy, intelligent profession. So when you have a headache, I have a headache. When you're hungry, when somebody doesn't like you, you say, no, somebody doesn't like me. It's easy for you to face facts, because we are taught to assess facts, analyze facts, and come to a logical conclusion. So when somebody now starts telling you all those things, and you now, out of desperation, want to believe that person is right, you are disorienting your own makeup. So I started second guessing myself. I started doubting myself, breaking my confidence down, breaking all the things I believe in. I started saying, okay, but you understand, and that destroyed me and made me stay longer. Then, after a continuous repeat of everything, checking out with friends and family and around, because I was still analyzing, but you still want to know that is it right, even though you believe that it's right, but you still, you can't close your eyes to some things. And when you see where things are done right.
Right. Beautiful relationships. Yes.
And when maybe on the altar or through a program or in any, God speaks to us in different ways. You hear the truths. You now come like,
exactly. You want that freedom.
You understand? Then you now come back to yourself. When you now come back to yourself, you now move to the stage of telling people. By that time, your friends, your family, close members,
this is what I'm going through.
This is what I'm going through.
I'm not hiding.
You know, you have died severally before you went to that stage.
Exactly.
They too would now come around to their own set of gaslighting and
exactly.
It
happened to this person.
He loves you. I still saw you together. No, it's a natural thing. Welcome to marriage. In fact, you just got married.
Exactly.
Then you now start saying, another round of doubts. Another round of uncertainty. Guilt can now start coming in then.
Could you say me? Why
am I carrying this thing like this? They are saying it's natural. But I'm still seeing women laughing. Me, I can't laugh again. I'm seeing women looking normal. Me, I'm not normal again.
But your own situation is peculiar to you. But I mean, when people say that, I always say, you don't listen to people. You have to look at yourself, look at your situation, because your own situation is special.
But you grow to do that. You didn't start doing that from the beginning.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I didn't.
You still listen to people. That's where you now have to be assertive. You know, you grow to be like that, because eventually you now be like, no, you are lying to me. I can't lie to myself.
Exactly. I want a better life.
You understand, you know? So then by the time you go through that round and you're able to overcome it, you overcome that too. And you know that there's no help there, but you've exhausted all the resources. Family, his own family, your own family, church, the society, those that go to association, maybe, depending on whoever you think has a say or a hold over him that can intervene. There is no help there. There is never any help there. You can get a little resource here and there, but I always tell women, help is from you.
From you.
You are the only one that can liberate yourself. You are the one that got yourself in it. You are the only one that can get yourself out of it. Even if those that can get you out of it are there, they will not.
They won't tell
you. They might even tell you. Now when women come to you counseling, after counseling them, they're like, what should I do? I will never tell you what to do. I'm not meant to tell you what to do. What to do comes from you. I will just open your eyes to things. Buy it. This is it.
Then it's up to you to take
a
decision.
Yes, to make a decision.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Mr. Egusi, I'm going to come back to you. I've heard people say, we were never married in court. We just had a traditional wedding. So, and he has moved on. He has moved on. And here I am. What can I do? How do I get out of this, this mess that I put myself into? I mean, how do I get some things after so many years of investing in a marriage?
Yes. And get proof that I'm out of the marriage.
Exactly.
Because people keep reminding you that you were.
So if you is there any provision for a woman who was never married in court, who had a traditional wedding? Is there any provision for divorce?
Well, I will say that if you had a traditional wedding, I will call it free entrance and free exit. It is easy for you pack your load. You gathered family members to say that I love this man, and then they handed you over to the man. And then when you see that this is not working, one, you are not bound by law to start a divorce proceedings like the people that married under the act. But if you want to document it, you can go to the customary court. We have plenty cases in customary court, ranging from she bedwets, she farts too much, I cannot live with a woman that farts anyhow.
But what's in for that woman, though?
For the woman?
Yes.
They are always very hard on them.
Because you know the reason why I'm asking this question. Okay, it's not more of getting that freedom, getting that liberation. It's more of you've invested years and years.
Okay, you're talking about
in that marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to add to what Busayo said.
And then you have kids. Probably the man has even left with the kids.
Yes.
How do you fight?
Yes. So
for
just to add,
and some of your rights. That's what I'm saying.
Just to add to what Busayo said. Number one, it's free. it's very easy to leave. But then you have to make sure you tell his people and tell your people they were there. So once those ones are aware that the marriage has broken down, you don't need any other thing. I always tell women to save themselves the honor of going to customary courts because they're always hard on them. When they get there, they ridicule them, they embarrass them, and then they tell them, so why should you go to such a place? You understand? Eventually they might not deserve it, and you don't really need them. You understand? But if you want to go and you know you have a very good story and the man is, obviously.
So at the customary court, is there a possibility of at least helping the woman get some?
No, at the customary court.
Yes. Now I want to talk. I want to talk about the legal aspect.
Entitlement.
Yes, entitlement and all of that.
Yes.
I mean, I just talked about years and years of investment and all of that.
At the customary court, I will say that for the agreements that you come to at the customary court, you are still bound by law to follow those agreements. And that was why I said that if you want to document it, if you just call his people and you tell them that this marriage or shema or everybody's going their separate ways, then you may not be able to hold the man down to some of his responsibilities until you go to welfare or you go to FIDA. And when I say FIDA now, FIDA represents indigent women and children, the protected rights of women and children. When you go through FIDA, okay, well, they may go to the family court to help you get some things out, especially when it comes to issues of maintenance. But when I said if you want to document it, then you can approach the customary court. Of course, when you are going there, you should be ready to bear all the gospels that they will give you there, depending on the story that you are going there with. But whatever agreements they come to there, the man is bound by law because the customary court is an establishment of the law. It's an establishment of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So whatever agreement you come to at the customary court, you are bound, either the woman or the man, you are bound to live by it. And then when you see that, okay, it's not following through, then you can go to IMF.
Yeah. And to add to that, customary court, other customary court, a woman is not entitled to any of the man's property, even though they worked for it together. It's the children.
That's the sad reality.
It's the sad reality. You understand? So no woman should go to customary court expecting that they will say, okay, you have 2 houses, take one. Let you take one. They won't give you a dime. But they will take care of the children, like Busayo said, maintenance and all that, schooling and all that. And however, that's the advantage statutory marriage, have over, because if you are married statutorily, then they can say, okay, alimony, okay, women maintenance, and get something out.
So I want to ask also, in your line of profession, what are the common grounds for divorce? What do people, complain about the most?
Well, like you said the other time, that will adultery fly? The most common grounds, I will tag them at 3. 1, domestic violence is the most common.
Yeah.
Then issue of adultery. Adultery can only fly when you have proof. But how do you prove it when the person you are even sitting before has 1, 2, 3 girlfriends? But however, that is where the professionalism of your lawyer comes to play. To know which to put first.
If he is also a lawyer, okay, now, or she is a lawyer that is not into, stuff like that as well. That was why I asked that question earlier on.